Peter Eliades with you again. This is Monday, September 16th. Some few things happened over the weekend. Maybe those of you that were subscribers were notified, but we did a special update on Sunday afternoon after the Globex opening of the E-mini contract for the S&P. Because if you look at this chart, you'll see that we had a big gap down, and within the first hour or two of trading, downside projections had been generated, and we figured it would be good for subscribers to know what those downside projections were. Indeed, we gave them to them as follows. The low end of the projection was 29.7250. The higher end was 29.9838. So we came down and right into the area. In fact, this is the midpoint of the projection. That was almost the exact low that we hit overnight. And we told people that the downside projections had been reached within the projection window. And the important thing at that point was to look at the next longer offset to see if this 29.7250, if that was reached, what it would look like on the next longer projection chart. And this is exactly what it looked like right here. We also showed this chart. Now remember, this was in this time zone yesterday when we did the update. So we told people, although the lower side of the projection was down around where the green line is, that even if we got down to the green line in the next several hours coming into this morning's opening, we would not be confirming any lower downside projections. That would take a move later on in the day down to this 72.50 level, and obviously we did not see that. Instead, we saw holding right within the projection window that we gave you last night, and a move to the upside began. So now the question becomes, and we can use our intraday software to answer it at least partially. The next question becomes, with this move from the low, are there any upside projections being given? For that, we go to our shorter term offsets, and here is the 27-minute chart. There are 15 of these bars in a market day. This is daytime only. There's no Globex involved here. So we'll make it a little clear by taking the numbers away. This was the low this morning in the E-mini contract. A rally began, and finally, towards the end of the day, both of the offset lines were broken above. And when that occurred, with this bar right here, an upside projection was generated. Now, the crossings of both the lines took place very, very closely to each other. So as you can see, it's a very narrow projection window, 3008 even to 3008.30. That's the upside projection. Are we guaranteed to get there? Of course not. But if you're not going to get there, the cycle projections will tell you, because you will fall below the red and the blue line at some point tomorrow. If that occurs, you have invalidated the downside projections. So this is what we look like going into tomorrow's session. Now, we can go one step further from here and see that if we get up to that level, you can see that we will begin to get further projections if we break above these offsets. And after this particular offset line, we start looking at the next offset line. And if we get up here, again, higher projections. So that's why the sequence of projection lines the sequence becomes very important, and we follow it step by step with these intraday charts. After the intraday charts, the more important ones, of course, are the daily charts, and we've already looked at that. We'll review this one from last week. You can see there was a clean break here above. This is the S&P cash, and that clean break above showed a projection box starting at 31.1428 on the S&P cash to as high as 31.3714. Again, there are no guarantees with these projections. I haven't done a scientific study on what percentage of them are achieved, but off the top of my head, I would say on the minimum side, 65, 67, 70%. On the maximum side, sometimes as much as 80 to 85% of them. So is it perfect? No, but you show me something that gives you price projections that can come anywhere close to the accuracy of the ones you're looking at now. 31.1428, 31.3714, a break below both these lines, the red and the blue lines, would call this upside projection into question. Until then, those are the numbers we're looking at. Thanks a lot for watching. Again, if you have not subscribed please go to the bottom right of your screen on YouTube while you're watching this video. There's a little red banner. It's a little small thing. Just click on that. After you've clicked on that, click on the bell, and you'll get all the notifications for new updates. A lot of people have subscribed now and got those yesterday for the special update. So put yourself in a position where you can get the special updates too. No charge involved. Thanks for watching.